What's up, YouTube? This is about one of the hardest things I've ever done. I'm here today to admit that I have a problem. I am an addict. Uh, I've been addicted to opioids for about going on 7 years now. And I'm here to take y'all on my journey to get clean. I started opioids when I was in the military. I got prescribed Percocets for when I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and it wasn't that I got addicted right away. I had a good time on them. I wasn't allowed to take them during training, so at nighttime I would get back to my barracks and they would hand me the bottle full of Percocet, and I would dump out however many I wanted. They were supposed to watch, but they didn't. And so I'd take however many I wanted for that night and proceed to get high in the barracks and have a good time. And everybody else there knew that I was on them, and a lot of them were ex-pill poppers themselves in the barracks, so they were all having a good time with me. We were all enjoying my high. Ran out of my prescriptions, stopped doing them, no big deal. Whenever I got done with my training, I was in the National Guard, so I went back to Fort House, as they call it. Everybody else was going to their duty stations, and I was National Guard, so I got shipped back home, and everybody kind of made fun of you because you're National Girls and whatever. It was just, fun Army ribbing. And so I got back home to Illinois, which I'm originally from Georgia. I live in Georgia now. And continue my drinking habits that I had before the Army, which was copious. And then I moved back to Georgia. Moved back to the town that I went to college in for a year and started back in the college scene. And I didn't know it at the time, but pills were really big in America. Is where I went to school and where I ended up living. Pills were a big deal. Pills were a big deal. A lot of folks were doing them, and I started doing them here and there, 1 or 2 pills a day. It was they're called Roxycodone, and what they are is oxycodone hydrochloride. Same thing in a Percocet, just without the ibuprofen. 1 or 2 here, there, no big deal. Just doing it to have a good time. I was doing it. Most folks I was living with were doing them. We were just enjoying our high together. We were having a good time. I had done it in the Army, so it didn't seem like it was a big deal. A year or 2 later, I was doing 5, 6, 7 pills a day. And I didn't even realize it had gotten as bad as it had, as quickly as it had. It was a very slippery slope, steep slope. And that was 6, 7 years ago now. Now I'm 28, broke, living with my grandmother. I tell people it's because she needs somebody to take care of her, but it's not. It's because every dollar that I make goes straight to pills. I've turned into something I hate, turned into something I swore I'd never be. And I'm tired of it. And I know there's a lot of other folks going through this. I know there's a lot of folks who are having trouble going to rehab and gotten back out and going right back to pills. I've got friends who've done it several times. It's one reason I haven't tried to go to rehab, is because I've never seen an actual success story from it. I just recently had a girlfriend who she went to rehab for syrup, and she stayed clean for a little while. But when we were together, she was doing pills, but it wasn't the syrup. So it's not like she was back addicted to what she went to rehab for. It's the same stuff. And there's so many lies that us as addicts tell ourselves to justify what we're doing and to continue doing what we're doing and feel alright and safe about it. You know, I'm not as bad as Joe Schmo over there who's shooting them up. I'm not as bad as Joe Blow over there who's stealing from everybody to finance his addiction. No, you're just as bad. You're just in a different situation. And I'm done with my situation. I've royally screwed up my life. I have a huge skill set. I can do anything. If you can think it up, I can build it. I designed boats. I've wired boats. I've made boats work that people didn't think could work. I've made motors work that people didn't think could work. But every dime I made from doing that went straight to pills. And it still has been. I'm 1 day clean right now. And I'm making this video. First day's easy. It's a cakewalk. As long as you can force yourself not to go get that pill. Second day, that's the bitch. Tomorrow I'm going to have shakes, sweats. It's going to be tough. And I've got money to buy a pill right now. But I'm going to make it through. And I hope some pillhead, some addict, somewhere will see this video, these videos that I'm going to be making to kind of chronicle my journey through into sobriety. And I hope it helps, because it's a pain, especially to go it alone. But it's a step that has to be taken. This next week of pain that I'm going to go through, and then the psychological torture for weeks, months afterwards, is going to be tough. But it's going to be less than the pain that I've caused over the past really 5 years. The lying, the stealing, not intentional stealing, the accidental stealing, the I'm going to pawn this until Friday when I get my paycheck just so I can buy me a pill. And then Friday rolling around, and I don't really feel like paying that back right now, so I'll get it next Friday. I'll put in some overtime, and that way I can make extra money and be able to get it out. And then next Friday comes around, and you've got plenty of overtime to go ahead and get whatever it is out of pawn, but that extra money really would not feel nice snorted up my nose. So this is gonna hopefully serve as some sort of encouragement to somebody, I hope, somewhere. And let's make this journey together, I guess.